Good morning. How are we today on Friday, June 21st? It's today the summer solstice. I'm going through notes. I have a class, private class I'm teaching Monday morning, my life coaching vision board. Going over some notes this morning. How'd you sleep last night? What have you been reflecting on? Are you looking back at old posts, old topics, old text, screenshots? If you're putting a business together, have you identified your target audience? Have you implemented plans, programs? Have you implemented anything in your life to make you a better human being? I'm Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, an artist, writer, speaker, life and a business coach, teach a variety of art classes. It's been a few weeks. A couple crazy, out of my control few weeks. Life happens. I haven't made a video on YouTube, but my one video the other day, it went crazy. Not quite viral, but it got its numbers up there, and whoever liked and saw, thank you. Community engagement is what we are all looking for when you're a content creator, when you're trying to make a living off of going onto social media and using it to your best advantage. But I'm sitting here this morning going over some notes. In my life coaching vision board class, you understand character, behavior, character awareness, and your levels of sensitivity, showing compassion in all things, whether you understand it or not. And I always say people only understand from their level of perception. And if they have surrounded themselves in a little bubble, they find it really hard to understand the difficulties in other people's lives. And they expect, like that, for you to snap out of things, to get it all together. And when there are series of things that just happen one right after another, it can be very detrimental to one's emotional state. And everybody needs to understand we all grieve different things at different levels in different capacities, and one person's struggle is not any lesser than or any more than what anybody else struggles with. And how we choose to cope and deal with those struggles depends on how willing you can be authentic and raw and address what is happening and how it is making you feel, not being masked by substance addictions, dumbing down so you have to act one way for somebody else to feel better about themselves. And no matter how many positive affirmations you can say, you can believe, life happens, reality sets in regardless, and we all deal with what we have to deal with the best we know how. And for somebody to not understand that, I really question their character awareness, because if roles were turned and another person's life is turned upside down, what would they be expecting from the person that they are venting to, ranting to, crying to, falling apart to? And people need to understand not everybody is wired the same. And I will say that, and I will die on that hill. Not everybody is a 9-to-5 corporate individual. We each, all of us, do our work at the best level that we know how because of how we are wired. Let me say it again. How we are each wired. Not everybody is 9 to 5. Not everybody can go out and find this great $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 job. A lot of people are entrepreneurs. A lot of people are entrepreneurs, have outside gigs. They work 5 and 6 different shifts. And due to circumference of this crazy world, it is difficult to live in. It is difficult to manage. I've spent 30 years in food and beverage, had my hand in every level that you can think of. And I'll be 63 in a couple weeks. I have a bad hip, I have a bad knee due to that job. Do I still do it? Yes, I do, but the rules have changed in the industry. I'm currently lending a hand at a place in my neighborhood, pays $9 an hour plus split tips. Now that's just how that house deems rules, has it set up. Being in food and beverage, I know the house always wins. The industry is not set up any longer for the tender, the server, the actual worker to benefit. It is always the house, it is always upper management. I do that. I'm used to making about $600 a week in that industry. Like I said, the industry has changed. My art classes, prices all vary, but since the COVID nonsense, still trying to recover because people are still struggling themselves financially. And I, choose different varieties of ways for people to take my classes to enrich their life. You can't make somebody take an enrichment class if they are not willing to recognize the need or a void that they have within them to make their life better. You just can't. It's like you can't make people go to the doctor, you can't make people go to psychiatrists, you can't make people go to AA. They have to admit, they have to be aware, they have to realize what's lacking in their life, even if it's just to take a painting class. Some people are so stuck in rigidity and they're such in their bubble of their 9 to 5, 8 to 6, or whatever those hours are. They're tired, they're depleted. They're in surroundings that they don't need to be in, but they are wired like that. I do liquor promotion. When there is an opportunity, availability, I go and I do that. What else do I do? Banquets. I'm lending my hand in banquets. I'm doing 3 different entities trying to make life work on top of putting a business together. When you get to a point when you are struggling financially, and this is like the whole world, hands down, you do what you have to do within the power that you have to do it, and nobody gets to criticize how you choose to do something. You are doing something. You're not sitting back. You're not lollygagging. You're not playing the victim. You're doing what you know how to do with what you have to work with, and people need to be more aware of their sensitivity level when it comes to people who are really having difficult times navigating through this life right now. If you would like to learn more about any of my classes, reach out, Kitryn_Marie at yahoo.com. My pony is still very sick. If you could still please say a prayer for her, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Remember, fate turns on a dime. It is up to you to decide what side of that coin you want to be on. Be happy, be blessed, be thankful for everything. Fate turns on that dime. Take care, and I will see you real soon.